Hi everyone! Today we are going to be talking about the newest episode of South Park because 1, I'm bored, 2, I want to practice speaking in front of the camera, speaking more slow because I talk like a crazy person, and also just being more cognizant of my words and just talking about South Park truthfully. So this episode that premiered last night, which was September 24th, 2025, episode 5 of the 27th season, entitled Conflict of Interest. The official synopsis is that Kyle and Cartman are at odds when a prediction markets app gets popular with their fellow students. So, before I talk about the episode, really quick, I just kind of would like to go over how the season's been so far, because a lot of people are having there's been a lot of mixed reactions. So first, what I love what they did with PC Principal. I think having him rebrand as Power Christian Principal is absolutely hilarious. I mean, in life, we all know those people who just tend to waft through the extremes. For example, somebody might be a hardcore straight A student, and then they go off to college and they become a party girl. And then 4 years later, they are, a devout Catholic or a devout Christian or something. And then, whatever, something happens and she's back to being the party girl. We all know people who, maybe they're a Republican for a few years, maybe they're a Democrat for a few years, and they just go back and forth between the two. And I think that's because a lot of people, I'm including myself in this, so I'm not, trying to talk smack. But I think a lot of people, for one reason or another, just don't really have that central nucleus to them. Or is it nuclei? Am I using these words correctly? I have no clue. But a lot of people don't necessarily have that core understanding of who they are. So they do tend to waft back and forth through the trends or the eras, whatever you want to call them. So I just thought that was really funny and pretty clever. I also really do like how they've incorporated Jesus as the school counselor. That was really funny. I like how South Park Jesus is portrayed. I like his characterization, and in a lot of ways, I guess he's kind of like the straight man of the show, or at least he has been in the episode so far. But I really can't wait to see what they do with him more, because that's been incredible. Of course, the Charlie Kirk episode was hilarious. I really also did like the Labubu episode. And now we get to the elephant in the room. Oh, wow, that's funny, because Republican elephant. Ha ha ha, bada bing. But yeah, we get to the elephant in the room, which is all the political humor that's been going on this season. And South Park has always been political, and that's part of the reason why I think the fans love it so much. But with that being said, I'm disappointed. I am disappointed. No matter what anyone feels one way or another about Donald Trump, he is like an alien. Nobody looks like him. Nobody talks like him. He's a weird dude. And I think that's just truly the most mild way to put it. He is a weird dude. There is, oh my gosh, I don't know how long, I forget how long he's been a celebrity for, but there are decades and decades of material that you could go through and use to criticize and mock and lampoon him. And dude, Matt and Trey, you guys are smart. You guys are so talented. So when, how do I phrase this? So when we wait so long for a new South Park, and they're only like 22, 24 minutes long. We wait so long for such little content, and then the content we do get is like a Saddam Hussein rehash, a Satan rehash. Um, like, it's just disappointing to me. Like, come on, guys. Like, go in, go harder. Like, make some noise, I guess. Like, I just feel like it's just very lazy. Like, I know Matt and Trey can do better. And honestly, they don't care what I think. I honestly don't really think I don't think that the fan reaction really has an effect on them like that. I think the general vibe I get is that they are two people who are pretty confident in their work, in themselves. Like, this is their show. They do what they want to do. Everyone else, like, kick rocks, throw rocks. Is that something people say? I don't know. I'm like playing the drums on a box I have my laptop sitting on because we are so DIY here. But yeah, so I'm just a little disappointed in the newest season. And, a pretty common criticism of South Park from the hardcore fans is that the fans like episodes where the four boys are just having fun, being kids, and then they get into ridiculous shenanigans. Like, when it's just... Like, again, like I said before, I don't mind the political humor, but just make it really, really funny. And also, like, I want to see more of the boys. Like, I don't... Why is half the episode focused on Satan? Why is half the episode focused on Trump? Why is half the episode about Randy or about Towley or like whatever? I miss I like the kids. That's when the show's at the funniest, in my opinion. But yeah, so it's strange because I'm both disappointed but really enjoying the season at the same time. And all of my disappointment, it just really stems from love and admiration for South Park and the South Park universe. So with this specific episode, Conflict of Interest, I think that this was actually probably one of my favorite episodes of the season so far. I don't know where exactly I would rank it. I'm not sure. Definitely top 3. I mean, there's only 5 so far, but definitely top 3. So, yeah, the opening scene with, like the scout, that was very funny. Something that South Park does so good is that they can say so much with saying so little. Like, Kyle just going to Cartman and being like, shut up. Like, that cracks me up. And, it's one of those things where I feel like because the show's been around for so long and we've been, like, I grew up with the show, basically. It feels like, it's comforting, it's like, these people. It's just like, oh, that's Kyle. What else? So yeah, that was very, very funny. And, I watched it live when it was airing on Comedy Central. I was, playing with my phone, kind of in and out. Not like in and out of paying attention, but, like you check your phone, you make a cup of tea, whatever. And so when I heard Cartman read that bet, the bet they were betting on, about whether or not Kyle's mom is going to strike Gaza and destroy a Palestinian hospital, my mouth was like, my mind was blown. My mind was blown for a few different reasons, honestly. First, it was blown because, and before I even say this, I just want to stress, I'm not a sanctimonious person. I'm not a woke scold. It genuinely takes a lot to offend me and to get a reaction out of me. something about the situation in Gaza just feels so evil and so heartbreaking and so disturbing in ways that I just like I didn't think I would experience in my lifetime. And I know that, and it's silly because, I'm here safe in my house. I'm not experiencing it. But for the past 2 years, when you see videos of kids starving and, kids with missing limbs, like kids with genuinely, they're like, oh my gosh, I saw a video of a girl laying on the floor and her stomach was literally falling out of her. Like, it just, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna cry thinking about it. But yeah, something, and I can't really expand on this, and I can't really give more of an explanation, but something about this situation felt very off limits, and something for a few different reasons. And again, I can't really vocalize it. Maybe I'll be able to later when I think, and just it'll come to me naturally. But no, I was really shocked. And then second, I was shocked because of that. I guess there's a stigma against talking about like the genocide and the tragedy that's going on. Oh, I knocked over a bottle. But also, I love South Park, and how do I phrase this? So with South Park, it's really funny because they did all the Mr. Garrison and Trump stuff. Then for 4 years, they did nothing about Biden. They did nothing about Kamala. And please don't get it twisted. I'm not under any assumption that, South Park has to make fun of everyone equally, and that, Matt and Trey have to pander and play both sides, because that's not true at all. Like, just Matt and Trey do whatever they want, as they should. It's their show. But I don't know. It's just really, I don't want to say it's suspicious, and I don't want to say it's weird, but it's just very, like, you can't not notice that it was like radio silence. I don't even think they mentioned him or her. And let's be honest, there's a lot of good material there. There's something they really could have done that was funny. And that doesn't make me dislike South Park. I don't think that they're, what's the phrase people use? Controlled opposition. Yeah, no, I don't think anything like that. I don't think that, I don't think that they necessarily have a list of, talk about this, don't talk about that. I think they basically just kind of do whatever they feel inspiration from, and that's totally fine. It's just, I don't know. It just the question mark. The question mark and then the explanation point comes and pops into my head. What else? Yeah, it was a very funny episode. It was hilarious. I feel like we've barely gotten any Kyle this season, and Kyle is lovely, as always. It was really, really funny, and at the end, that's another thing. At the end, where Sheila goes to Israel, and, she has, the flip-out Karen moment on Netanyahu. That's another thing. I was just, what? It was great. It was really great. And it was very funny. I thought that, yeah, they did a really great job at South Park this week with their, kind of like, I learned something today, morality shtick. Because everything, I agree with what Sheila said. You know, it's, of course, you know, average, everyday Jewish Americans, like our Jewish friends and neighbors, like they're not responsible for what's going on. You know, that people are not responsible for their governments. We're all individuals. So I thought that was like a pretty nice way to end the episode because, you know, there was lots of nuance, you know. And yeah, Sheila's so great. We love her. I'm really interested to see what happens in the next few weeks. We have 5 episodes left, I believe. And yeah, I'm so excited. I love South Park. Yeah, I'm just rambling. I'm just rambling. But yeah, I am really excited to see what else happens. Again, like, we haven't gotten, we had, when the teaser trailer came out, there was footage of Kyle getting bird flu, there was Butters working in the air traffic control booth, and then there was also, I want to say, like, an intergalactic Diddy party, and we haven't seen anything yet. And it's very, again, knowing Matt and Trey, it's possible that was all just, like, kind of, you know, like a troll move, but who knows? All right. Thank you for indulging me. Have a good day. Stay safe.